Hola muchachos. Today, I'm gonna walk us through a workout that's designed to get us jacked and dangerous, prisoner style. This means that we're gonna be training our entire body without a gym, but with a lot of creativity and old school prison techniques that are shown to help us build some real functional muscle. So without further ado, let's get right into it. I am warming up by doing some wrist and shoulder circles. And I'm then gonna follow that up with some simple push-ups. Here, we're not trying to go to failure. The main goal is to go full range of motion just to get the blood pumping. Because later in this routine, we're gonna be doing some basic movements as well as some more challenging creative ones. So we need to do this to make sure that we're ready for the fun stuff. To get things started, we're gonna be doing some push-ups on an elevator surface with the weighted vest. Why am I doing this? Because you see guys, I think we all know that you can build muscle with as much as 30 reps. But who has time for that?
I got bronchitis. Ain't nobody got time for that. 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 Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time for that.
Right? So when you put your feet on the elevator surface, it is gonna make things more challenging. And with the weighted vest that is about 45 pounds, this is also gonna make this exercise a lot harder and drop down the rep range so that it is more time efficient. But I do have to say, even though the vest is a great piece of equipment, it does have some downsides. Because one, it is a little bit bulky, so I can get full range of motion at the bottom. And two, for a lot of you guys, it may be kind of pricey. But we can work around this by getting some cheap dumbbells on Amazon and then shoving them in this backpack. This is gonna give us a ghetto weighted vest, but you know what? It works, bro, because it is cheaper and it does allow us to go a lot deeper into our push-ups, which is gonna be very useful at the end of the set. Because what I'm doing right now is some partial reps. I take the set as close to failure as I can, then at the last rep, I then bust as many half reps as I can to failure. This allows me to get a lot more blood into my chest and really push beyond the failure point to really make the workout more intense and spark new growth. All right, so we're done with the push, and now it's time to do some rows for the hose. But I gotta be honest, because I actually would have preferred to do pull-ups, but for some reason in cell block 69, we don't actually have a pull-up bar. And because of this, I had to get creative and instead use the pull bar. Now look, don't ask me why we have a pull but not a pull-up bar. I don't know. Maybe it's because we are in California and we're bougie, but this still works because the rows are a solid and highly underrated exercise because they do build up your upper back. And one thing I also love about rows is that the stronger you get with them, the better your pull-ups will be. So in the end of the day, even though we're limited on equipment, it still works out for all of us. Plus, later in the workout, I am going to be doing another exercise to help me target my back on the muscles that don't really get hit by the rows. So we're still pretty good to go. But before that, I'm going to shift my focus onto some legs, and I'm going to do this with some sissy squats. Now look, don't let the name fool you, because these are definitely not for sissies, and they will make a real man out of you. And how I do this is I hold on for assistance to help me with my balance, and this also helps me really isolate my quads. And ironically, even though this exercise looks pretty crazy, it will also bulletproof your knees. Because actually a few months ago, I used to have a lot of knee pain. But when I started doing these, my knee pain vanished. But I do also have to be honest, because I wasn't always able to go this deep into the squat. And over time, I was able to progress and actually get way more mobility. And if you actually want to learn more about that, let me know in the comment section below. But while we're still here, I want you guys to really pay attention to my form. Notice how I keep myself as stiff as possible in my core and then push my knees far forward. So once I'm close to failure, at the end of the set, I then do some half reps at the bottom. Now this is just like the push-ups with half reps to help me actually extend the set to make it more intense. And let me tell you something, if you've never done something like this before, whoo, your quads are gonna be burning. So remember how I said we didn't have a pull-up bar here? Now, luckily, I have some rings. Now, if you've been watching my channel for a while, you know that I love rings because they allow me to train almost anywhere and I can do tons of exercises with them. And right now, I'm doing a tuck lever raise. Now, this exercise is actually very unique and it's a straight arm pull, which you don't see a lot of people doing, but they need to, by the way, because this is gonna help you strengthen your rotator cuff, which is gonna help you bulletproof your shoulders from injury. Also, it hits your serratus anterior, which is a muscle that is like right under your chest and right above your abs. It makes you look so freaking aesthetic. And of course, this hits your lats like crazy to get you that nice V taper, as well as your core. So as you guys can see, this movement hits so many muscles. And honestly, if you can do them, these have to be a must in your routine. But when you're doing them, you wanna make sure you do them right. And how you do this is by keeping your arms completely straight, and you wanna really focus on keeping the rep as controlled as possible. Now, I gotta shift on to doing some leg work again, and this time I'm gonna be doing some hamstrings with the ring ham curl. Now, whoever said that you can't train your legs hard with just body weight has definitely never done this, because this is like the reverse of a sissy squat, and this is gonna get your hamstrings burning like crazy. So muchachos, in this routine, just like prisoners, had to use a lot of creativity to find out how to hit almost every single muscle. Now, usually I will do a full body routine like this about 4 to 5 times per week, but with different exercises during each session. But I also want to be as clear and honest as possible, because in this video, even though this was a dope workout in my opinion, some of the exercises were a bit more intermediate or advanced level, especially with some of the ring exercises. But if you want to do something a little bit easier that's full body, especially on the rings, check out this video right here on the screen, which is gonna take you from a pure beginner to a ring master in no time. So if you're interested, check it out and I'll see y'all over there. Peace.